Ahava and blessings. Welcome to this episode of Hold the Shekhinah. This podcast is here to support us in activating, remembering, embodying, and integrating our soul essence. I am your host. My name is Aurea. I'm an ordained Magdalene priestess, Reiki master, energy and sound healer. And I am your guide on this journey in this episode where we are going to go into the energies of this new moon in Taurus. So we just had the portal of Beltane, which was it's on the 1st, but technically, astrologically speaking, it's actually on the 5th. And the new moon is exact on Tuesday, the 7th of May at 8:22 Pacific Standard Time, 11:22 Eastern. And in the UK, GMT, it is actually on Wednesday the 8th at 4:22 a.m. So a lot of energy of the 22 with this Taurus new moon. 22 is a master number. It is a number of building. It is of divine union. So it's a very powerful number. But the more powerful number is the fact that this new moon is at 18 degrees of Taurus, which is the number 9. So the number 9 is all about endings and new beginnings. So it's the ending of a cycle. It is transformation. It is rebirth. And that's what we do every new moon. So every new moon marks the going into a new cycle. And this cycle, we're going into the Taurus cycle. And Taurus, the month of Iyar, is one of my favorite signs. Probably because I'm a Taurus rising and my Venus is in Taurus. Or maybe it has to do with the fact that Taurus is ruled by Venus. And I love all things beauty and joy and pleasure and everything that has to do with the senses and prosperity and abundance. All of that beautiful energy of fertility and creation. I'm all about that. I'm a very creative person, so I'm constantly in that flow, in that energy. So it's really one of my favorite energies to work with. Taurus is the bull. Let's just dive into the energies of this powerful portal. Taurus is the bull. Taurus is a very earthy sign. It is an earth sign. It is ruled by Venus. It is a very stoic, strong, loyal, determined, hardworking, all about their money, their resources. They have very high standards, and they love to share. When they love someone fully. But be very careful because they can be possessive, and the energy of Taurus also does not allow for disloyalty. So the moment that you prove to a Taurus, you show a Taurus that you cannot be trusted, that your word is basically worthless, a Taurus doesn't want to fuck with you. To them, it's adios. And it's something that I admire. I admire that sense of integrity, that strength, that commitment, that loyalty. And it's a beautiful, beautiful energy that is very stabilizing and grounding. And for me, I find that this energy, having it in my natal chart, really supports me in grounding my ideas and grounding my energy, because I can be very up in the ethers, channeling, receiving downloads all the time. But Taurus reminds me that I need to anchor it in my body. I need to embody these frequencies, these higher frequencies in my body, and utilize my actions to cement these in my physical reality. So it's a very powerful sign for grounding, for manifesting, for abundance. Anything that you want to accomplish, the energy of Taurus can support you in that. And because this is happening at the 18th degree, So we're closing cycles, we're ending cycles. Everything that has to do with our money, with our resources, with our values, now is really a perfect time to reevaluate what these things mean to us. And no, money is not the end all be all. Let's not misunderstand. However, the energy and frequency of abundance is, because we have to remember that abundance is all around us. We may not, some of us may not have financial abundance, but then that points us to the direction of what belief systems do we hold on to, do we adhere to, that prevent that flow from coming in the form of money and resources, and from you maintaining those resources. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So it's a very powerful time for anything that has to do with manifestation, because they're in creativity, creation, because we are always creating. And this I was going to say eclipse. It's not an eclipse, thank heavens. This new moon is happening in the 5th house. And the 5th house is all about children, all about your creations, all about creativity, all about what you are utilizing your gifts to create. What is it that is behind what you wish to bring forth and manifest? And is it in alignment with your soul? Is it in alignment with the light? That is the question. We have Venus at 11 degrees of Taurus, conjunct this sun and moon. So again, expanding these energies of beauty, of fertility, of creation, of creativity, the tree of life energy, which I will get into. We have Jupiter and Uranus that are conjunct. And Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, of expansion, of good luck, of resources. And Uranus is the great awakener. It's all about the Kundalini activation. And Kundalini activation simply is awakening our own creative channel, our creative energies, and channeling it in the light, channeling it to support this ascension journey, channeling it for the highest good, for the highest service. So we have that beautiful conjunction. So the sun and moon is also conjunct Jupiter and Uranus. So all of the energy that we need to manifest and birth into being our creations, we have the support from the cosmic realms. So I'm going to get into a little bit of the Aramaic letters that created some of these frequencies, because I feel it's very important, and it's a huge part of my practice and the work that I do, the energy and sound healing, and even the sound healing training that is coming up. This is going to be a huge part of my work, because it already is a huge part of me and how I do things. So Aramaic is the language that Yeshua and Mary Magdalene and these high holy teachers in the Middle East that they spoke. That is their original language. And they, according to the ancient Judaic mystic texts, the Kabbalah being one of them, the entire world, all of creation came forth, was birthed into being from these frequencies, from the Aramaic letters. So each letter created something, except for the 3 mother letters, which are Alf, Aleph, Mem, and Sheen, which have different meanings, and I will get into that later. So we're going to start with Pei. Pei, P-E-I, is the Aramaic letter that created Venus, and Pei means mouth. So the teaching for this particular letter, and that is relevant to this new cycle of Taurus, is for one to be mindful of our words, of the power of our words to influence and shape our reality. And we hear this a lot, that we are creating our experience, our lived experience. But a lot of us don't quite know how we do that, or we may have a kind of esoteric grasp of it, but not a tangible grasp of it. So sound, frequency, vibration, all of these are different words for the same concept. And that is what births anything into being. So everything that has been created that you see physically was birthed from sound, from a frequency, from a vibration. This means that your thoughts, the thoughts that you hold in your mind and the thoughts that you allow to be spoken with the vibrations of your voice become spells, they become frequencies that you anchor in your energy field. And once it's anchored in your energy field, that's when you actually begin the process of seeing it manifest into the world. So it's very, very important to be mindful with your thoughts and particularly your words, because they shape your reality. So we have the power and the ability to transform and transcend whatever is going on around us, whatever situation we have created, because we've created everything. We've chosen everything. Whatever we see in front of us is the result of past actions. If we wish to change our future, we need to pay attention to the actions and the causes, the words, the vibration, the frequency that we are aligning to in this present moment. And there's a reason why we were born into this world and we have duality and we don't see things manifest so quickly. Because imagine there are other dimensions, and if you've been listening to me for a while, you've probably heard me say this before. There are other dimensions and other worlds where manifestation is instantaneous. And the moment you think of something, it manifests. Imagine if every little thing in our experience of duality here in the world, on this earth, if every little thing that we thought about manifested instantly. That would kind of be a recipe for disaster. It would not be a good thing. So it's a good thing that there's a delayed response between our vibration, our thought, our word, and what we birth into being. Because in this life, in this human experience, we have chosen to forget our true nature, our true essence, our oneness, that we are soul, we are God, goddess, we are one with the infinite energy that is all that is. We can call it God, goddess, Allah, Avun, name it any which way you want to. It doesn't really matter, because it's the same frequency, source consciousness, the quantum, the void. All of these words represent the same thing, the point, the space from which all creation emanated. And it's very powerful to become mindful of your words and your thoughts, because when we become mindful and we don't beat ourselves up, we don't judge, we don't shame, we don't guilt, we just observe. We cultivate that self-awareness to observe our thoughts and our words. Observe. And then when we catch ourselves, we gently nudge ourselves back into alignment with what it is that we wish to align with. And if you're listening to me, you want to align with your soul, with the highest light, with creation, with God, goddess. So we come back into alignment with our truth, our true essence, our true nature, the fact that we are infinite, cosmic beings, multi-dimensional beings having a human experience. So Pe, the letter that created Venus, reminds us of that power that we hold. The next Aramaic letter that has to do with the frequencies we're working with is Vav. So Vav created Taurus. It is the divine child. And it is the channel that connects and unites heaven and earth. So whatever higher frequencies we wish to manifest and embody, channel down through us as the Vav and anchor into the physical. So it is the union of the physical and the spiritual. It is the divine child is the child that is born out of the union of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So it represents the tree of life. And the tree of life, there are two trees in the Garden of Eden. There's the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which is the tree that Eve took the apple from, and it's the tree of duality. It's basically also called the tree of death. So if you live your life only in this dualistic perspective, only seeing the three-dimensional realm and the duality and all of the suffering that comes from duality, and you don't transcend that duality, then you're basically living a death. Your life is death, because you're adhering to the dualistic perspective, which is finite. Mind you, the other tree is the tree of life. And the tree of life is the tree, it's the energetic template that your body is based on. So your body is in the image of the energetic template of the tree of life. And the tree of life is the tree of creation, of the infinite light of creation. It is the tree that is that transcendence of that knowing that we are one with the infinite cosmic God Goddess. We are a part of all that is, and everything is a reflection of our creation. And whatever it is that we wish to birth into being, we have the ability to channel that light. We have the ability to share our gifts, knowing that these gifts aren't ours. These gifts are part of the cosmic consciousness, part of God, Goddess, Allaha. That is the reason why we are incarnate. That is the reason why we take breath. That is the reason why we have the desires that we have to fulfill, because we are here to share our light, to share the gift of our life with one another. So Vav represents the tree of life in our bodies, and also reminds us of the quality of our intentions. It is our intentions that bring us into either alignment with the divine or into chaos and destruction and disunity. So it's very important to come back into your alignment, to always remember your infinite self. And the other letters that we're working with, because this new moon is a conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus and Venus. Gimel, the Aramaic letter Gimel, which represents the poor man, the rich man running after the poor man, Dalit, to give him, bestow upon him blessings, is the Aramaic letter that created the planet Jupiter. And it is all about giving. It is about reward and punishment as well, because the divine can give reward or punishment. It all depends on the quality of our intention, what we choose to align with. So again, we're coming back into this frequency of what are we aligning with? And do we have the wisdom? Are we cultivating the wisdom and the discernment to align with the infinite light of creation? Or are we perpetuating the same patterns and the same stuff that has kept us chained, enslaved, and in the illusion of duality, in this rigmarole of thinking that we are only our physical body and that there is absolutely no other importance to our experience on earth. So it really is an energy of creation. This new moon is all about creation, about healing, about our money, our resources, being mindful and impeccable with our word and our integrity, choosing what we align with. And Beltane, of course, is the earth holiday that is all about fertility, abundance, creation, love, joy, pleasure. It's all about creation. So again, we come back into creation. Are we choosing to create? Are we choosing to align with the light of creation, the light that has no duality? Or are we choosing to perpetuate more of the same, the karmas, the traumas, the limiting beliefs, all of the stuff that keep us chained and enslaved, and in the illusion that this is all there is, that all we are is this physical body. So we have the fifth house stellium, and I spoke about the fifth house. We also have stellium, well, something of a stellium, in the fourth house, which is all about our lineage, our Mercury, and Chiron, which is conjunct Chiron, which is the wounded healer, which is also conjunct the North Node. The North Node is all about our mission. So we have the ability during this portal also to heal our family, to heal our communication amongst our family, with our family, and to align ourselves deeper and even more fully with our mission, our purpose, to express our truth. And expressing your truth doesn't mean that you think you're absolutely right and that no one else is right. Expressing your truth is you being true to your soul and your heart, but also having the awareness that every being has their own mission and their own purpose, and there is no one way or one path that is better than another. Because the moment that we start thinking, we get in the ego, we start thinking that no, it has to be my way, then we're again living in that death that I spoke about earlier. We're living that duality, and we're refusing to transcend and see beyond it. So very important to be very aware of what is coming up during this cycle for us to heal and to transform and to rebirth ourselves in the image of the divine, in the image of our true self, our true nature, which is that infinite, cosmic, multidimensional being. So what else is going on in the sky? Oh yeah, Pluto is going retrograde. Death, rebirth, power, transformation on May 2nd. Now, we're not afraid of retrogrades here. We work with the energy. And retrogrades are simply a time to realign, reassess, revisit, review. That's all it is. So it's a time to really realign with our relationship to our power, with our ability to navigate change and transformation with ease, and to truly honor ourselves and honor every rebirth, and knowing that every rebirth we have experienced throughout our lives, every single one of them has brought us closer to our soul, to embodying the light of our soul, the light of Allah, the divine, and has brought us to where we are. And where we are is freaking spectacular, because we are in this experience, in this human experience of this awakening, this remembering, this embodying of our infinite self. So it's a very, very exciting time to be human. And everybody in the cosmos is all cheering us on, and they want us to ascend, to embody the infinite light of creation. And let's see, we have Neptune, which is conjunct Mars. So with that, I would say let's be very mindful with our actions, because our actions may not always be in alignment with our truth, with our higher self, because Neptune is represents the higher self and the higher dimensions of wisdom. So it can be that spirituality, that higher consciousness spirituality, or it can be illusion. So let's be very mindful of what we are choosing to align to, because Mars is all about our action. Excuse me. And let's see, what else? Oh, so that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that I spoke about earlier is trining Pluto. So again, it gives deeper meaning and more weight to the transformative energy of Uranus and of Jupiter. So it's all about that expansion of ourselves into the embodiment of our infinite light. So it is it's a beautiful time. So during Taurus, what can we do? How do we work with these energies? We work with these energies by allowing ourselves to embody our soul. Choose the frequency you wish to embody. By choosing that frequency and continuously reminding ourselves, asking ourselves, are we in alignment or are we not in alignment? And if we're not in alignment, gently bringing ourselves back. This is what this process is. It's always bringing ourselves back to our center, back to our oneness, back to our North Star, our guiding star. This is a beautiful time for grounding, for anything that honors the earth and honors your body. It is a great time for you to reevaluate your relationship with money, with your resources, with your values as well, because it's not just money in the material realm. It's also, what do you value? What do you hold dear? And is that in alignment with your soul? It's a beautiful time to enjoy and indulge in the beauty of having a physical body, in the beauty of being able to feel through your senses. Remember, Taurus is a very sensual sign, so it's all about experiencing life through your senses. And it's not just your five senses, honing your intuition also, because Taurus, even though they're very earthy and very about the five senses, Tauruses can be incredibly intuitive, but most people don't give them credit for that. But it is something that they keep very close to the chest because they don't want people to know. But a Taurus has already sniffed you out before they even bother with you. So be very mindful around Tauruses, because there's definitely more to that gruff exterior than they let on. And speaking of that, let's be mindful with our communication, mindful with our words, mindful with our thoughts, and let's work on purification, because in order to channel and anchor the infinite light, all of that, those cosmic light frequencies that are coming in, the vessel must be pure. That means whatever needs to be cleared, whatever old patterns, limiting beliefs, toxic patterns, toxic ways of thinking, being, doing, all of that needs to be cleared. Family lineage, karma, traumas, it's time to let it go. Many people associate themselves with their traumas. I am a survivor of this. And yes, you are a survivor, but the more, or I have this disease. The more that you claim something with your words, the more that you are attaching yourself to that. And you're not allowing yourself to surrender and to truly heal and activate the infinite parts of you that are waiting to be activated. So let's be very mindful of what we are choosing to align with. Are we choosing to continue to say, oh, well, I'm broke? Well, then you're always going to be broke, because the universe, God, Goddess, Allah, source, consciousness, responds to frequency. And every time you say, oh, God, I have to do that again, or, oh, I'm broke, I can't afford that, the more that you speak these things into existence, the more you're going to experience them. And I don't think any of us really wants to live in lack and in scarcity. Those are simply patterns and behaviors that we picked up. And we may have picked them up from our family, our lineage, society, doesn't matter. Or we may always be telling ourselves, well, oh, I'm so fat, or I'm ugly, or pick your adjective. All of these things we tell our bodies, ourselves, all of those things keep us in a cycle of negativity and of scarcity, of lack, of lower frequencies. And we have the opportunity now to rise above, to transcend, and to truly embody our infinite selves. And your infinite self is not broke, is not fat, is not ugly, is not dumb. Your infinite self is infinite, and infinite light and infinite beauty and joy and hope, and that is who you are. That is your true essence. So now let me be your reminder that whatever is going on in your life, that's not who you are. That's a factor and a part of what is going on in this present moment. And at any moment, the moment that you choose to embody a different frequency, all of that will change. And when all of that changes, it all changes when we surrender, when we allow ourselves to just let go of the stories that we have taken on as our identity. We let go of the ego. We let go of the monkey mind. And we embrace our soul. We embrace our true essence. We embrace our infinite light. We embrace creation. That is what we are here to birth into the world. We are here to birth beauty and joy and peace and abundance. Lack, that's simply something someone else invented and has had the rest of us thinking that we are lacking when we aren't. Just because we have played a certain role up until now doesn't mean we have to continue playing that role, especially if that role doesn't serve you. Now, if it serves you and you feel good having people pity you and whatnot, okay, then that's your choice. But again, we come back to what I was talking about before. It is our choice. We have free will. We can choose to align to our infinite selves, our infinite light, to embody that light of creation and birth it into the world, into our physical reality. Or we can choose more of the same. And I don't know about you, but during this Taurus portal, I'm choosing more of my light. That's what I'm choosing. I'm choosing to embody and radiate more of my light, more joy, more beauty, more creation energy. And those are the energies we're working with. So be very mindful of your words, of your thoughts, of your actions, and take the time to enjoy life. Stop and smell the roses. Literally, stop and smell the roses. Express gratitude for everything that we have in our lives, all the ways that we are blessed, all of the ways that we are shown and we have abundance. Now, you may say, Aurea, well, I don't have it. And, I don't particularly have abundance in my bank account. Bullshit. That may be the case right now. But the moment that you shift something, you figure out where that lack is coming from, what the root cause of that lack is that is manifesting in your bank account or in your relationships or in your family dynamics, whatever it is. Figure that out and transform that. Choose to align differently, and you will see a change. Because you really are that powerful. You really have that ability to transcend, to transform, to rebirth and reinvent yourself. And you have the power and the ability to choose to align to your light, to your soul, to creation, and to the divine. All of those are the same because we are all one. So happy new moon. Blessings during this new portal, Taurus portal. And take this time and use it wisely because the energies are here to support us. If we become conscious of them, they are here to support us. Everything is happening for you, not to you. Happy new moon. Do tune in to the sound activation, which is very powerful. I'm just telling you that right now, because between the new microphones and just all of it, it's another level. So enjoy it, check it out, and do let me know how you received it, because I love to hear from you guys. And if you're interested in learning more about working with these powerful healing and spiritual transformational tools, these crystal alchemy bowls, check the link and check out my course. It's going to be super transformative. I'm so excited to be starting it on May 20th. So the registration is still open. Crystalline Sound Alchemy Sound Healing Training. It is an initiation into the sound mysteries. So if that calls to you, check the link and register. And if it doesn't, but you just enjoy this, subscribe, follow, share with people that you think will enjoy this. What else? Share, subscribe, comment, and make sure you tune in to the next episode. Have a blessed, blessed new moon. Make sure to set your intentions, and particularly after the sound activation, nourish your body. Eat grounding, nourishing foods. Eat healthy foods. Drink plenty of water. Really, even after this, because I have the sound alchemy bowls in the background playing. So even after this transmission, ground into your body, take deep breaths, meditate, journal, because we're going to the next level. And if you're in this with me, come along with me for the ride. Have a blessed new moon. Ahava. Blessings.